What's up, my family? Listen, first-time listener, or you've been here the whole damn time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, giddy up, let's go, enjoy the clip, no notes.
Renzo, I'm going to go to you first, man. Agree to disagree to the poll. Doc Rivers is not the right coach for the 76ers.
You know, I disagree, man. I disagree. I think for me in the Sixers team, I can't pass any of the blame too much to anybody outside of how the team's structured behind Ben Simmons and Embiid, right? I just think ultimately we're going to struggle because we don't have the right personnel for championship basketball, which to me is somebody that can bring you home. Playoffs is just, you just need somebody at the end of the game that can bring you home, that you can just give the ball to. He's just going to make something happen. And unfortunately, Embiid being our guy, but he's a big, right? And it's just hard to do that when they can easily double you. You got to catch the ball on the 3 line. It's tough. So then we're ultimately relying on Maxey or Seth Curry.
The fact that you said Maxey first, it just tells you where the issue is. But keep going.
It's like we gotta rely on not people that aren't all-stars, right? These people aren't bring you home championship players. That's just not what they are. But we're gonna have to rely. Even Tobias Harris never made an all-star game, but it's like his career, he's never been that guy. So it's like now we're gonna have to rely on these people to bring you to a championship that's never happened before, right? So we're going to have to set a new blueprint of how to win a championship from a personnel perspective. That's never been done. And it's just hard to do. I think Doc has done a great job when you look at players like Seth Curry having his best year ever in his career, right?
Right.
You talk about Embiid probably having his best year ever, especially from where he was before Doc and not being in the right spots on the court and shooting too many jumpers. Like, you could tell he's played differently, right? So there's a lot of players who have played really well and excel and had their best year. Our defense is great, right? So it's like, I think he's done a great job. He's just in a tough situation. In this particular situation, even though you can point to his record, in this particular situation, it's just tough because we are handicapped because we don't have somebody that can bring us home. And it's just, I just don't know how to I can't blame anybody outside of that first and then everybody else second. So I would say he is the right coach. It's just a tough situation.
B. Diddy, what you got for me? Do you agree or disagree to the poll question? Is Doc Rivers is not the right coach for the Sixers?
I'm gonna keep it quick, man. Doc Rivers is the right coach.
Okay.
Kind of piggybacking off what Lorenzo is saying is that he's dealt a hand of cards that all don't fit each other to be successful. I think, going back to our archives, we spoke about this, and I said Sixers will not win a championship with Embiid and Ben Simmons as our stars. And there's many reasons to go and layers to go into that. But the caveat to that is that if the Sixers was to win a championship, this would be the year. Because the way everything has been laid out for the 76ers, and we're struggling and fighting with the Atlanta Hawks. So this can be a testament of hey, maybe we won't be pushed, and maybe this motivates us to play better in the next series if we get to the next series.
Right.
Or this is just who we are, and we're like Lorenzo was saying, we're just not built right. And I can't blame Doc.
All right, keep going.
When the team is not built the way it should be, when you're relying on a player who has completely disappeared, mentally has checked out, and he's one of your stars. You cannot have that. And when you have that, the dominoes.
I said that was like Bill Parcells, whatever your name. You just said the player.
Right.
Right.
It's just,
player.
When you have that, the dominoes fall, and now you're relying on what Lorenzo was saying is that you're relying on a Shake Milton, a rookie, and Maxey, a George Hill who just got on board and trying to figure out the system ultimately, right? Like, you're relying on that. And so when Doc, and that's why I see his frustrations on the sideline, he's like, what's going on here, right? And then it becomes a snowball effect. And you're seeing that over those past 2 games where they're all looking at each other like, who's going to take the shot? And they want Embiid, the 7-footer, to be this guy. And unfortunately, he's just not built that way as far as physicality. He's 7 foot. He's not really crafty with the basketball enough to where he can be that guy to take it home for us. And Jimmy Butler not being on his team is why we don't have that closer that most championship teams has.
All championship
And this,
teams.
yeah, there you go. All championship teams has. And when your primary point guard and your star and your super max player or max player, sorry, that's getting $140, $50 million a year for his contract, can't shoot a free throw and will not shoot the ball. He will not shoot the ball. And then he checks out in fourth quarters when you need your superstars the most. And not only is he checking out, he's not even doing what he's doing, what he's good at doing, and that's playing defense. Trae Young has been killing Ben Simmons, killing him in these last 2 games. Matter of fact, in all four or 5 games we played, or 6 games, right? He's averaging 26 points a game, averaging damn near 10 assists. So what is Ben Simmons doing right now?
Right.
So
that is the question.
I would not say Doc is not the wrong answer. I think Doc has led this team into the number 1 seed.
Right.
And you're seeing the best out of some of these players' career years, like Lorenzo said. Embiid playing out of his mind, Steph Curry playing out of his mind. That's has a lot to do with the coaching and his coaching staff.
Oh, since y'all both disagreed, I'm going to agree to the poll. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to agree to the poll while Doc Rivers is not the right coach for the 76ers. This is his MO. When he has championship teams, he folds, right? I think there was a post, and I wish I had it. There was a post. He has maybe 6 to 8 teams on his resume where they've given up either big leads in the game and swing games or in the series. Like, we've seen this blueprint before. Willie Vegas just said it. Doc has hysterically come up small. And it's so true. So if he can't get us over the hump, right? 20 years, we can't even get past, like you said, B. Diddy, the Atlanta Hawks. Then you can't, like, it's only 1 year, right? So it's a small sample size. But like you said, the time is now, right? Because if they don't make it, they might blow this shit up. I don't know if they will. A lot of people saying Ben is gone, but do you really trade for, pennies on a dollar for Ben? Oh, what do you want? You don't do that. You don't trade him right now. You know what I mean? Especially when his stock is so low. Let him come back. Let him come back and at least show something in the regular season. And that's foretelling, right? I don't want to put that in the universe because I think they're going to win tonight. I'm hoping that they win tonight. Game 7, the line is 7.5 in Philly, right? Bogdanović is hurt, which is huge. It's huge for us because it takes one more gun out of the equation. He's a big shooter. He's a big time shooter. He's made a lot of big time shots. So, and
not even is he a shooter. He's their scorer. He's their second scorer.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So,
he's their second.
He's their second scorer. So not just shooting, but he's their second best player as far as offensively on the ball.
Right. So that it's huge. So if he's ailing right now and it's all on Trae, and they're going to need it from somebody else, they have options, but there's, Collins maybe get you 20, but he's going. For them to win Game 7 on the road, Collins has got to have a career. He's got to have 25 and up. Trae's got to drop almost 40. It's almost what we just seen with KD. Like, Trae might not come off the court. He shouldn't come off the court, really, if you think about it. So, in those storylines, man, I gotta agree, man, because I gotta go with history.